We officially in the rainy season here in Northern California, which we welcome because it's been so dry, a lot of wildfires this year. But the other day we decided to go on a bike ride because we knew it was supposed to rain for a couple of days. And as we got on the bike ride, me and the kids, we really like riding our bikes. And so we were riding through the neighborhood and we saw this family outside, and they waved and said hi. And we began to talk, and they were already putting their Christmas lights out, and it's not even Thanksgiving yet. And we've thought about doing it, and there's several people in our neighborhood who've done it already, put their Christmas lights up. But his response, or his reasoning for putting the Christmas lights up, was pretty interesting. He said, yes, I think I'm funny. A little cliffhanger there. But his reasoning for putting the Christmas lights up already was, he said, I'm rushing to get 2020 over with. The idea that I can't wait till this year is over with. It's been a tough year, and if we can do anything we can to get 2020 over with, let's do it. And it got me to thinking that yes, 2020 has been a tough year for a lot of reasons, and many people have dealt with it in different ways. But one of the ways I want to look at 2020 is, and I said this at public schools, when I work with teachers, work with students, that 2020 is a great opportunity, or an opportunity for greatness. 2020 is opportunity for greatness because somebody's got to make it out of 2020. Somebody's going to thrive through 2020. And why not choose to thrive versus simply survive through 2020? And that starts with our mindset. And as a believer, it helps me think about, wow, they got real Christmas lights up. I'll take a video on the way back. As a believer, it makes me think of the fact that God is up to something. That as you look through the Bible, I see this theme throughout the Bible. Seasons have reasons. That seasons in life definitely have reasons. And God is up to something when we go through these different seasons in life. Because I think personally, if everything was always perfect and good and had no problems, I don't think I would appreciate the good times as much. If without the hard times, I don't think I would appreciate the good times. People may not appreciate the rain because they had plans to do things outside, especially now in our community. We're in that new, what they call it, the purple tier. So a lot more things are closed on the inside, more restrictions on gathering inside. And honestly, I think when that happens, we don't appreciate the rain that we so desperately need in Northern California. So I really think about that idea that seasons have reasons, that every season in life has a reason. I think it says that in Ecclesiastes too. The time to water, time to all types of seasons, and I can't quote the verse right now, but that life is full of seasons. And I think of, like, and I was on the way out today, I asked my mother-in-law and my wife, could I think of any Bible stories that kind of illustrate, you know, going through some tough times and then seeing the outcome. And my mother-in-law brought up one of my favorite stories, and that's the story of Joseph. That Joseph went through some stuff. I mean, sold into slavery, lied on by Potiphar's wife, put in prison. And that had to be a very, very difficult season because he did nothing to deserve those things. He did nothing wrong for his brother to sell him into slavery, for him to be lied on by Potiphar's wife. This is a great story in Genesis. If you read the story of Joseph, it spans several different chapters, but it's a great reminder that even though all these bad things took place, God was still at work. In Acts chapter 7, when Stephen, or Stephen, whatever you call him, however you pronounce his name, when he was being stoned, he told the story. He went from I think Moses all the way through and told the story of Jesus. And when he got to the part where he talked about Joseph, he said what Joseph went through. He said, but the Lord was with Joseph. And to me, that's like, boom, that's enough right there. The Lord was with Joseph, and he was with him. And even though he was going through those tough seasons, the Lord was with Joseph. And I think in Genesis it said he caused him to prosper. And I think that's amazing, that God caused him to prosper even though he was going through that tough stuff. And one thing I don't like about the story of Joseph is because, I do like it, don't get me wrong, because Joseph was a great example, I think a foreshadowing of Christ, so to speak. But one thing I don't like about the story of Joseph, that it had a good ending. I mean, I appreciate the fact that Joseph had a good ending, that he came out on top, God used him to save his family, all these great things. But sometimes that makes us think that every story is going to have the fairy tale ending the way we think it will. I think of Jeremiah. Jeremiah's life didn't end that way. He did not have a story where things worked out perfectly. God told Jeremiah to go preach to his people. He did. He told them to turn from their sins, and nobody turned from their sins. Nobody. The nation kept sinning. They did what they wanted to, and God judged them. And some people say Jeremiah was a failure because nobody repented. I totally disagree with that. Jeremiah was a success because he obeyed God. He obeyed God and trusted him for the results. And because of that, he could be called success. And so as we finish the year 2020, and who knows, 2021 may be worse than 2020. Who knows? No one knows except God. And so we keep focusing on God. And as I heard that quote from Tony Evans last week that really helped me, we only have one source. Everything else is a resource. That source is God. I need to keep looking to God. As it says in Hebrews chapter 13, looking unto Jesus, the author and perfecter of our faith. So I need to keep looking to him. No matter what I see, no matter what's going on, understand that God is up to something great. James 1 says, count it all joy, my brethren, and sisterin. It don't say sisterin, but it includes everybody. When you face trials of any kind, knowing that the testing of your faith proves patience, let patience have its perfect work, that you may mature, lacking nothing. So I think this is an opportunity for greatness, an opportunity for us to keep looking toward God, and understand that God is up to something great. The seasons have reasons, and we don't know what the next season is. But during this tough season, I need to trust God. And it's a reminder to trust God in the tough seasons and the not so tough seasons, because he is the supplier of all our things. He is our source. And so whether you're trying to rush 2020 to be over with, I would say don't rush it. Don't rush into the next season. Learn all we can, get all we can from this season. Trust God so he can work in us, work through us, work on us to get the glory that he wants from our lives, to equip us. Because what if 2021 is worse than 2020? Well, we'll be ready because we trusted God in the tough seasons and the difficult seasons. Trust God, follow him, even though we're in a tough season, because seasons have reasons. And ultimately, we need to be people who are willing to trust God, even when we don't see what he's up to, because God is always up to something great. And that was a great spot for an amen. Somebody should have said amen. I wouldn't have heard you anyway, but hopefully you got some from this quick little devotional as I'm running some quick errands. And the truth is, I'm driving the wrong direction to where I need to go because I'm just on autopilot. Peace.